There we go. G'day, everyone. Who have we got on? Make sure you put your comments in there. We've got another cool prize for the postcode tonight. But let's talk about tonight's show. We have got a very special guest. I'm going to announce that later on. It's an in-studio guest tonight, so you might be able to guess who it is. But I want to cover all things GoFish Nagambie because we had an absolute cracker of a time there. And I'm going to cover off everything about GoFish Nagambie and make sure that everyone gets there next year, or at least gets their tickets in early and gets there. We've got a few on already. That's really cool. But so for the postcode prize, put your postcode in to go in the draw to win. We've got a couple of stickers, Samurai and Dizzy Scent boat stickers. But this week is, once again, Al Mac donated a heap of shirts. This one's a New South Wales Bass Nation shirt to give away from the team's events a few years ago. So that's a really cool shirt for any New South Wales supporters or any Bass Nation supporters, but we'll go from there. So who have we got on? We've got Dave. We've got lots of people. Mitch, Scott, Luke, Shane, Mick, Steve, Brett, David, Ryan, Jacob, Adam. G'day all, and thanks all for tuning in. As I said, I want to talk about GoFish Nagambie and what an exceptionally well-run comp it was. Only fish Saturday. Yeah, well, we caught unders, so the issue being that we didn't catch the legals that we needed. 6 fish for the weekend was a cool little romp from us with only one legal, so only one troubled the scorecard. There was some big fish caught, not the huge fish that we were expecting, but there was lots of fish caught. GoFish for Nagambie for everyone, because we go Australia-wide, is a massive comp held down here on Lake Nagambie, and I'm going to go through more details about that in a minute. I do have to do the shameless plug, though. A few people did come up and talk to me. It was amazing how many viewers were at GoFish on the weekend and come up to the campsite or caught up with me in the hub and had a chat, give Harry a high five. And we even had guys come over and have birthday cake with Harry. So that was really cool for the young fella. He really enjoyed that. So as I said, shameless plug tonight obviously is what we've got going on in our own little backyard. So I will, let's see if I can do this properly. So if you missed the show or want to watch it on the big screen, g'day, Jamie. How you going? Corey's Damn Fishing or under Corey Goldie on YouTube, you will be able to watch it live on your big screen, your Apple TV or whatever through YouTube directly. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll get the notifications through that. So we go live to both YouTube and Facebook. And if you miss the show, it's always easy to go back and find it on YouTube. They're all up there. If you have friends that you want to suggest anything to for the show or about the show or about what I'm doing, jump over to my website, recently built, but corysdamfishing.com, and I have all the latest episodes and information and old videos in there and all the stuff about what we do from behind the scene. So that's what I've got on there, and I'm going to get rid of that now. Let's work out how to work my mouse and bring me back up. So there you go. I'm learning technology. Yeah, Jamie, thank you very much for the big bag of fruit. Nikki loved it, or actually vegetables, I should say. So that was really cool for everyone that did come over, I said, and celebrate Harry's birthday. It made my young fella's day to be able to walk through the crowd, get noticed about, there's the guy with the wheel, and give high fives through the crowd. So that was absolutely made my weekend. Harry and I at first comp together, we fished really, really hard. We had a plan, and Harry had a plan, and he stuck with it all weekend. So I want to talk about kids in fishing as well tonight on the go through. But as I said, there'll be a lot of viewers on here that didn't make the trip down to Nagambie this year from up in the sort of the northern states and whatnot, and probably good you did with Brisbane going into sort of lockdown. But that's just the way that it is. Yeah, there you go. So I see even Harry gets noticed. That's really cool. Thanks for that. So yeah, so look, really, really good weekend. I'll go through the negatives first. Yeah, Paul, back to the beer. Somebody kindly left these in a cabin for me, mate. When we cleaned the cabin out, there was a couple of free beers in there for me. So, yes, I'm back on the beer this weekend. Harry did cost me a little bit in expenses, but we'll go into that later when I've got that special guest on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right. So, GoFish Nagambie. Let's go into the negatives. A couple of years ago, when they held the first one, they didn't hold it last year because of COVID. There was a few complaints on the app and how they run the app situation. They changed that this year and went with a new style. It was a web-based app. It was a lot easier to use. There was a few little glitches with it, but not as many as the first year. And look, the app was a big improvement. So they did listen from the first event to the second event and improve that one hell of a lot. The other thing that was really disappointing on the weekend was the couple of finds of tethered fish. So you will get people trying to cheat the system. I don't know why you'd cheat the system with a mid-800s cod because you're probably not going to get in the cash. But it was really disappointing to hear that fisheries did find tethered fish. I hope they actually got the people and find them because they did send somebody out to watch that spot to see who turned up. So they were all over it. The other negative this year was obviously the 5-knot zone. The dam was classified all 5 knots for the competition, and there was a fair bit of carry on going board. There was people pulled out because of the 5-knot zone. There was everything else. I've got one of those big flashy fast boats, and I can tell you 100% that I was, by the end of day one, I was all for it. The 5-knot zone was a great thing for them to bring in. There's several boat ramps around the dam, so you can go and put your boat in anywhere, and 5 knots, it's just safe. When you've got people, 1,000 boats on the water, you've got kayakers out there, you've got bank fishermen. We were trolling a bank, and you've got to sort of zip out and around your fishermen that are fishing off the bank. So it was a big comp. There was lots of competitors. So the 5-knot zone, I'm all for it for next year. If you don't want to turn up just because it's 5-knot zones, that's totally up to you. But we found it absolutely tremendous on the water, that it was just a safe place to be. As I said, I fish pro comps, but to fish with Harry by ourselves, it was safe the whole way through. I think I got one guy on camera doing over 5 knots, but other than that, for the weekend, I think I only seen probably 2 or 3 people speeding. It was really, really good. I just really loved the 5-knot zone. I can't speak it up enough. They made a really good call with that one, with that amount of boats on it. I'd hate to see it happen at a pro comp at Glenbourne or something like that. That would be a pain in the arse. But very happy with that. Don't forget to get your questions in. We will be doing Harry's Wheel later on for questions. So I'm just looking through to see if we've got any. Gary, we'll get yours up right now. So Gary's asked, do you think Chartered Waters app is worthwhile? 100%, Gary. I think Chartered Waters, well, the Lowrance social maps are awesome in themselves. I've stuck with Lowrance all the way through because of the social maps. It's always been a big thing of mine. And it's up to you whether you want to pay the extra for the maps. I only use the social maps on the weekend, but for Mulwala, that I fish a lot, I've definitely got the Chartered Waters map for Mulwala, and it is absolutely insane. So to answer your question, Gary, yes, I think it's worthwhile. Let's see. Yep, Steve Galvin's agreed with me on that one. That's Steve's on there. So anyone that called into Lowrance stall at the hub would have seen Steve and the crew there doing a great job as well. Dave What's Dave said? Dave said, "Good work, Harry. Dad needed some help." Well, I did need some help, and he was awesome on the weekend. So that's really cool. Just making sure I don't miss any questions. There was Jamie's put in there. There was a good boat ramp at the skate park, easy to get into. Look, there was boat ramps everywhere. There was actually one from in town as well on the town side. There was one in the hub. There was one at the end of the rowing thing. There was one at the caravan park. There was two around the back. We found a dirt ramp. And if you were on my YouTube channel today, you would have seen that we actually found access down the river. And day one, we went down the river. So I'll talk to you about that plan in a minute and how that may have backfired on us. Bill, yes, Bill, there was no way I was breaking the 5-knot barrier when I had to jump off the jetty. For anyone, if anyone was out there that's on the show at the moment, make sure that you, if you were there or got any photos, send them through to me. It was a funny experience, but we'll talk about that later on with Harry. So that's that's just the way that it goes. That's a story for later on. Listen, I wanted to quickly brief over GoFish Nagambie. What a great event. I'm going to bring up their website just so I don't miss anything here. Get this up and go across to their website. So there were some really cool event partners this year which helped out a lot. And I've got to go through them. Victorian Fisheries and Jayco, probably the two biggest supporters of the comp. And Jayco put up, I think it was 2 or 3 $20,000 caravan camper trailers for each day. And Victorian Fisheries and the Victoria State Government put up the cash, 80 grand for the biggest cod. And, it's just an amazing thing. Going through Anaconda, Toyota, Honda Marine gave a motor away. Lawrence gave 3 HDS Live 12s away. Ray Marine gave a heap of stuff away. You got Abu Garcia, Berkeley, Shimano, Nautilus Marine, Daiwa, Strathbogie Shire, and the official charity partner was the MS Society. So that's all on their website. If you want to check it out to get your tickets for next year, make sure you get in early. I think it will be bigger and better. Obviously, with COVID and not knowing 3 weeks out, there was a few limited stalls in the hub, but I know that Joey Urquhart from Jollop Lures come down from top end of New South Wales. I believe he's up Lismore Way, come down and had some really cool new products in there, which was good. I see a sponsor of the show, Got 8 Lures, turned up on Saturday. There was heaps of stuff. COVID was a bit of an issue, but that's just the way it is. You had to check in each time. The security guards, or whatever you want to call them, volunteers, did a magic job standing on the gate, telling us all to code in every time we went in there. It was annoying, but that's just COVID. We've just got to live with that sort of thing. So all the volunteers, thank you all very much. Just making sure that I've got all the questions here. Paul Langley, it was an epic Lawrence trailer. Yes, the Lawrence trailer was really, really cool and really well set up. So they're back on in a big way next year. And Simon, no, I didn't see anyone put dates up for next year, but I think they're going to try and make it around the same time each year. They were going to play with the first couple of years and get it out. So that's just the way that it goes. But yeah, look, I want to go into this prize pool just so people realise what it's all about. The cash prizes alone, if you have a look, there was one lucky gentleman that did walk away with $80,000. And let's get the right page up, might help. So it's not going to work. If we can get it to work. Here we go. So obviously the biggest Murray cod overall was $80,000, second 12, eighth third, all the way down to $500 for the cod. This is cash prizes too, guys. Cash straight up. Biggest golden perch was $10,000, $6,000, $4,000, so on and so forth. And the biggest carp, $1,000 down to $200. Now, I know people are going to get in there and ask in the questions who won the cod. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was caught on bait, and it was only just over a metre mark. So that was really, really cool. I've seen the photos go out, but there was some really, really cool stories from the weekend. You know, the cod o'clock, I think. So as I said, Jaco put up a camper trailer, $20,000 camper trailer each day for cod o'clock. The first year it was just, you know, people could put the fish in their live well and just wait until cod o'clock. Well, this year they didn't announce it until after it was finished, and they didn't announce the winner until everyone got to the stage. And one of the cod o'clock winners that won a $20,000 camper trailer, that was his first cod that he'd ever caught. So, you know, that was just really cool to see him go up on the stage. You know, they had the MS boat raffle went off to a family that's been trying to save money for 5 years for a boat. They won the boat. That was really cool. The 80 grand being caught on bait. You know, there was several guys. We had one of the guys in our camp that was in one of the cod o'clocks. The size was 61. He had a 59 centimetre cod. We thought he'd won it, but somebody beat him. So he only missed out by 2 centimetres. So Simon saying he caught a 37 centimetre yeller at 155 and a 43 at 205. So that's really cool, Simon. Good to see the kids out there and doing that sort of thing. So make sure you get your questions in, your postcodes in. We're going to give away some prizes in a minute. But I do, as I said, have a special guest on tonight. I'm actually interviewing Harry tonight, and we're going to talk about his experiences and our experiences over the weekend. We come up with a very good plan, and on arrival day, we went for a bit of a drive to look at the new section that they'd opened up from Murchison to the Weir Wall and see if we can get into the river down there and maybe get to some spots that nobody else was at. We went and talked to a few farmers that gave us the no, and then we come across a farmer that gave us a yes. And thanks, Frank, for letting us through his property onto some Crown land, and we were able to launch the bass boat into what you would only really take a punt into, and we did a bit of a mission and thought we were going to get into some water, but there was probably another 50 boats down there that decided to do the same thing. We caught a couple of unders, but it was really cool to get the boat down into some running water, and you know, it didn't pay off for us this year, but you know, that was our plan day one. Dave, when's Harry getting his own show? We will talk about Harry a little bit later on. G'day, Bridget. Yeah, as I said, postcodes. We've got the shirt and that going. Yeah, it's just an amazing event. Talking to lots of people, and you know, if you're not there next year, you're insane. We just had a dead set ball. It was family orientated. You could still go out and fish really hard. You could sit back. It was just really cool. So, Ed's got a question. Do you think the dance move had an impact? Look, Ed, there's one thing that I will say all of the time is you've got to have fun out there. And I do like having fun out in the boat. And Harry and I do have a bit of a dance off all the time. So if you can't catch fish, at least you can have fun. And they took the 5 knots off me. So I normally say if I can't catch fish, I can go fast. So I had to dance some more. So it proves that some people are watching what I've got on YouTube. Got 8 Lewis. Yes, good to see you. Good to catch up. That's what it's all about. G'day, Brian, Elon. There you go. So your Lewis turned up today from Boothie's last week's show, so that's really cool. The Boothie's really cool. He sends them all out for me, saves on a little bit of postage. So I am just about to get Harry out and have a bit of a chat. So while I do, one of the things that I had a bit of a laugh at over the weekend was some of the camp setups and some of the organisation that went into camps and some of the lack of organisation that went into camps. And we set up early, so we got to watch everyone else set up camp. And one of them was Swags, and it just happens to be a video that Connor has sent me through with his little four-wheel drive tip. So my older son does this video, and my younger son's the guest tonight. So here's a little 3-minute video on a really cool hack when you're setting up your swag and when you're packing it down. So I'm just going to play this one while I go and get Harry organised for his interview.
First thing you're going to want to do is get the swag out of the bag, undo the straps and roll it out so it's flat on the ground. This can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but if you put a little bit of pressure back on the straps just to pull it a little bit tighter, it usually comes undone. Next thing you're going to want to do is get out the end poles, put them together, and attach them to the little pins either side. Next, you're going to want to clip all the clips onto the pole all the way around, and then do the same on the other side. Now we get out the middle pole. Click it together, put it between the two holes, and extend it out. Don't forget to clip those clips on so it stops the roof from sagging. One problem a lot of people have with these dome swags is it does start to sag a little in the middle. So my first tip for you is grab a stick of 25mm conduit and an elbow, and if you cut it to the right length, it fits perfectly on the inside and stops it from sagging. It's always best to pull out the end ropes and peg it down, then you can open the windows on the inside and the rain still won't get in. Before rolling it up, make sure you zip up the fly screen and the swag canvas, because that'll stop anything from getting in. Packing up is really simple. It's basically just what we did in reverse. Now if it's only you, I recommend just rolling it up normally, but if you have someone to help you out, I've got a little tip for you. Make sure to press all the air out, it'll make it heaps easier to roll up and it'll roll up more compact. Now if you have someone to help you, like I did here with my beautiful partner, you can fold in the sides and roll it up to take up half the amount of space. Being rolled up this small comes in handy. Makes it heaps easier to fit if you have lots of stuff to pack in your car, and it also allows you to only take up half the bag. Now that being a plus, because you can then put your pillows and sleeping bags inside the bag, also keeping them dry and out of the weather. Don't forget to zip the bag up and keep all the water out. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Don't forget to follow, like, share and subscribe.
There we go. Through the what happened to the live stream, I've got no idea. Maybe YouTube has dropped me. I'm hoping I'm still going on Facebook. So there we go. We'll see what happens through the magic. I have Harry here with me. He's got his cool birthday present shades on. Let's make sure that we're still on the live stream. Put a couple of comments in there for us, guys. Sometimes Facebook and that drop live stream. So looks like Mitch is still there. So that's all cool. Yes, there you go. Some hints and tips there from Connor. Really cool one about keeping the sides from sagging and, yep, getting messages now that it's still on. So that's really cool. Yeah, happy birthday, Harry. There we go. Still going. That's all good. Somebody put in the live stream drop. It might have been on YouTube only. So we'll find that out in a minute. Anyway, so Harry is here. We've got some funny stories to tell you. But as I said, that was Connor with a hints and tips. Still working. There you go. Well, we'll let it keep playing. Harry even looks like a superstar. Look at that, mate. You feel good?
Yes, I do.
All right. So
shy.
we've got to talk to you. Not so shy. I know it was a bit of a humbling weekend for you. You turned up on the weekend, and I told you there were people going to be there wanting to see you. You didn't kind of believe me, but we had people coming through the campsite giving you high fives. How did it make you feel?
Happy. Once there was a few people came and said hello when I was getting chips. We'll stay here some chips one night. Yep.
So you walked through the crowd. You were getting high fives and everything else. It's saying that Facebook's saying that they've dropped my live stream. So it may have been a bit of a glitch there, but we'll see. We'll just keep rolling and we'll keep talking to you, mate. So over the weekend, how did you enjoy GoFish Nagambie?
It was very fun.
Very fun. What was the highlight of the weekend for you?
When you're in your docks in the lake, bringing the boat to shore for no good reason, not because of me.
All right, for no good reason, not because of you. All right, so let me tell the story, and you can tell me whether I'm embellishing a little bit. We had a couple of mishaps over the weekend, which made it really, really enjoyable for us. We were giggling all weekend. Not just the dancing was going on, but we had a couple of mishaps, and the first one was we just dropped Harry back to campsite, 5 knots. So it took us a long time to get Harry back to the campsite. He needed to do a number 2s. We left the campsite and got around the corner, and then Dad needed to do a number 1. So we stopped off at the public toilets. Harry was standing there holding the ladder, standing on the boat. And I said, "Are you all right? Do you want me to tie it up?" He said, No, we're all right. I walked up to the toilets. And when I come back, Harry was basically this way, holding on to the ladder and his toes on the boat, hooked onto the boat. And basically I said, "Mate, you got to let it go." And he dropped flat into the water. And, the boat started to float away. He was more worried about the boat. Got him up the ladder and onto the shore. There was about 100 people there laughing at us and carrying on. There was 6 or 7 boats trolling past laughing at us. But nobody offered to come over and pick us up and take us out of the boat. So, Dad had to strip off into his jocks and swim out and get the boat and come back and pick you up. So you said that was one of your highlights of the weekend?
Yeah, I still don't think it was because of me.
You still don't think it was big?
You did that willingly.
Yeah, I did that willingly. And then about half an hour later, we had another mishap. What happened then, Harry? We lost the reel?
Yes, I tried to cast a $300 reel.
So Harry made the decision at the start of the weekend that he wanted to catch the big fish. So all credit to him. He sat there with the big 8-foot swim bait rod with the big reel, spin reel on it, and he cast a big bone focus swim bait all weekend looking for the big fish. He didn't change. He just stuck with it. But about half an hour after we ended up in the water, I heard a splash from behind me off the back deck of the boat, and Harry said, "Oops." And I turned around. What was happening?
I casted the reel and the line was letting go. You were snagged.
So Harry went to cast and the reel come off into the water. The bail arm was still open on the reel, so luckily enough the knot held and I was able to pull all the line up and get the reel back, but all the line tangled up, so we had to re-spool that rod.
Yes,
so
you were even snagged at the start.
Yeah, we had a bit of a mishap there as well. So there was a couple more over the weekend, but you know, as a kid going to your first GoFish Nagambie, are you going back next year?
Yeah, I will be. I hope something that funny will happen again.
Yeah, it was good fun, but, you know, tell us, you know, it's very hard to get out here on the YouTube space and talk to people that you can't see. You're looking down a camera and people are out there, and there'll be a few questions come through, which I will ask you. But this is your first time here, not just doing the wheel, and you actually got to talk to people.
Yes.
You know, what the hub itself, you know, we walked in, there was plenty of food. There was one stall that you really, really liked. What was that one?
I did like the donuts.
The donut stall. So we did have to call in and eat a few donuts. I think I might have put on a few kilos from the donut store, but it was good.
15 bite-sized mini donuts.
Yep, and the ice cream, soft serve ice cream was pretty cool.
Had one of those.
And then the catching the barramundi and stuff in the stalls, that was obviously put on hold because it was going to cost too much money. But yeah, Harry, look, I have to say that it was a pleasure to fish with you all weekend. Yeah. I'm going to look through for some questions and see if anyone's got some questions for you, mate. So I'll answer this one for Jake. So where do most people camp for the competition? Is there designated areas where it all happens? Yeah, so Jake, to answer that question, the GoFish Nagambie had an Anaconda hub, which this year was right beside the caravan park. So there's 2 caravan parks in Nagambie and half a dozen motels. And then there's the GoFish Nagambie hub to cater for the extra people that come in. And it was so well set out, and powered sites and unpowered sites. There was room for everyone. It had its in the actual camping hub and the caravan park. You had your own boat ramp, so you didn't have to worry about other boat ramps. So I think there's a G'day parks in Nagambie. There's another park in the hub itself, and then GoFish. And I think it was $250 for a powered site for the weekend. So that was really cool. So let's see if there's a question for you. Happy birthdays. There's lots of happy birthdays for you, Harry.
Yeah, I had a birthday weekend.
Yeah, Lloydie, sorry about the lockdown, mate. 3 days. I've heard the Queenslanders carrying on that they've got to go into lockdown for 3 days. Well, all I can say is finally we got some back, because it was 6 months for us. So poor Queenslanders.
It all starts in the days.
Yeah.
Soon it'll be weeks, then months.
Soon it'll be weeks.
Then months.
Jamie wants to know how you went with your chips, Harry, and donuts from the shop.
They were yummy.
They were yummy.
Yummer.
Harvey's asked, your favourite ever moment fishing for Murray cod. I think I know that one.
When I got the meter.
Yeah. Harry is actually a member of the Meter Club. He's got an uncle that I believe is on there watching as well. Nugget is not a member of the Meter Club and actually really hates that Harry is a member of the Meter Club. So
guilty as charged.
Tell us about your meter fish, Harry.
I was sitting around in the camping spot while you were on the boat, and then all of a sudden the fish, the bell of it was dinging really loud. I ran over to it. It was a team effort, and you came in with the net, and we pulled it in. I'm like, is that a log? And then we reeled it in. I'm like, oh wait, that's a fish.
Yep. So
I thought it was a log.
It was a tag fish. It is on Harry's Facebook page. Now, Harry does have his own Facebook page, which I'll show you there. We're trying to get him some likes and shares and follows. So Harry does run his own Facebook page, which is Harry's Fishing Photography, which was a question earlier, when's he going to have his own show? So he's running his own Facebook page, which I'll click up here so everyone can see it. How do I do this? I go into there. So that's it there. Thanks for the question, Harvey. Meter 14 it went. So that's Harry's page there. You can go back on that page if you go in and do a follow on that page, and see Harry's meatery. We try and get him to take a heap of photos while we're away fishing. So that was a tagged fish. It wasn't a golden tagged fish, but it was a tagged fish. Yeah. We got some cool info that we did put up on Harry's page. So Harry is a member of the Meter Club, and obviously your favourite cod fishing moment. So thanks for that question. Steve Galvin, not the first time my boat has floated away. No, it doesn't like me. My boat obviously hates the way I treat it or whatnot.
I get it. But I get the boat.
But yeah, we were at Glenbourne a couple of months ago, and it decided just of a night time to go for a bit of a wander all by itself, even when it was tied up. So we had to go rescue it then. So
I get the boat. I often run away.
I don't think my boat likes me. So yes, that's a good one. Yeah, Rebecca, it wasn't a good look. We're just going through. Yeah, here we go. Kev's asking, 1 out of 10, Harry, what do you rate your dad's dive entry in to get the boat?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. It was more a bit of a Frosby flop, I think.
Yeah, I know. 10 out of 10.
Peter wants to know if the water was cold. Well, everyone would have seen that when I got back out.
The water wasn't cold for me.
Yeah, well, you were fully clothed.
It seemed warmer.
I was in my jocks. Yeah, Ricky wants to know if you're growing your hair to help your dad out.
Yeah, I might cut some off and put it on you.
You reckon? That's really cool. Brian wants to know where you got the glasses, Harry.
It was a birthday present. These glasses here, I didn't open the present fully, and I chucked them in the bin. I went dumpster diving to get them back.
There you go. So Brian was camped with us on the weekend, and Harry got all his presents sent up with his mum, and she said, "Oh, where are the glasses?" And Harry said, "I've already thrown the paper out. I didn't get any glasses," and he had to go to the dumpster to get them out, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that's all right. That's what it's all about.
I used to stick in there to stab the wrapping paper to get it out.
Dave wants to know, did you get any of the lucky door prizes or fish prizes at Nagambie?
No prizes. I got donuts of donuts.
Yeah, we bought the donuts. We didn't win any donuts, but we didn't win any prizes. But we had, as I said, it was just an amazing weekend. We had so much fun. The fireworks were brilliant. I thought the fireworks were absolutely brilliant.
Cool.
Your view on the fireworks?
They were cool. I liked the last one. It was the bigger one.
Yep, there was some really big ones.
It's better when you don't pay for them. It's better to watch when you don't pay for them.
Yep, and then there's another one here. This is probably for me, fish on. Yeah, the $10,000 tagged fish was caught by somebody in the week leading up from what I've seen on Victorian Fisheries website. So somebody actually won $10,000 the day before or 2 days before the comp itself, which was really cool. And Harvey's got another question for you, Harry. What's your favourite place to go fishing?
Well, the only name I remember is Nagambie and Police Paddocks.
Police Paddock. So that's a little river stretch just out of Wodonga here, about halfway between here and Mulwala.
Yeah, I like bait fishing.
Yeah. Yep. So Harry's a bit of a bait fisherman. We love going to the river, going to collect some wood, lighting the fire, putting the bait rods out with the bells on the end. And
I like it because I get to sit around.
Yep, we can sit around and laze around, but that lure fishing's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a cracking time. And, yeah, look, as I said, we were there, like everyone else, hoping to win a lucky door prize. It wasn't all about catching the fish. I would have loved to have caught Harry a fish, but we tried really hard. The young fella didn't put the rod down. He cast a lot over the weekend. They say they're a fish of 1,000 casts. Well, you know, you probably put in 1,000 casts, so next year you're probably due for one.
I hope so.
You hope so.
Otherwise, I must be angry with those fish.
You're going to be angry with a fish.
I just dive in the grab one.
Yeah, that's it. There was daily door prizes from Daiwa. There was thousands of dollars worth of Daiwa and Shimano prize packs given away. The Lawrence guys did an awesome job with the donut prize. So if you didn't catch a fish for the day, you went into the draw to win a HDS 12 live unit. they gave one away each day. So that was a $5,000 sounder each day they gave away for somebody that didn't catch a fish. So we were all in a draw for that. Honda Marine gave away a 40 horsepower motor for the golden hour, which was the hour per day, the nominated length fish for golden perch. There was a cotter clock each day, and there was a carper clock. So there was bank fishing, kayak fishing, boat fishing. There was bait fishing, lure fishing, trolling. Everything was allowed.
You even resorted to trolling once.
Yeah, well, I even resorted to trolling for about an hour and couldn't get a fish that way. So
got bored, so you stopped.
Got bored. I get very bored. I go to sleep. So
yeah.
Let's have a look through. Wade said he had an awesome weekend, ended up with 5, and best went 89 for 4th. So there you go, Wade. You got a fairly nice check for the weekend. That was really cool.
Wow.
Congratulations to you for that one. Hopefully you can go a couple better next year and get that 80 grand. That's a cracking fish for that weekend. Whack it in the comments if you feel free, Wade, on how you caught that fish, whether it was bait or lures, or if you feel free to try and tell us what lure it was caught on. And, that's always good. Yeah, Fish On said he was angry with the fish as well. So
yes, I feel him.
Mitch wants to know what he out of 1 to 10. How did you like his birthday present that he gave you?
It was cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Look, as I said, this year we're going to try and keep the show to an hour, and we're getting very close.
I
now.
Need to do the wheel.
We've got to do the postcode winner at the moment. So the postcode winner for the Dizzy Scent sticker, the Samurai sticker, and the donated shirt by Al McNamara, which is a New South Wales team shirt. It's a really cool shirt. Harry did select before he came out. Gary Beer 3442. You're the winner of the postcode prize, Gary. If you can send me to Corey's Dam Fishing a PM with your address, I will post that prize out to you this week. So congratulations to Gary Beer from 3442. Was the postcode winner this week. So g'day, Greg. Yeah, good to catch up over the weekend. Listen, mate, I'm going to play another video so you can go and get set up for – just wait there. So we'll just wait and see if there's any late questions, but I'm going to play a video now from our brand ambassador, Bill Latimer, about football jigs, and then we are going to cross to Harry with the wheel. We're just waiting for the last couple of questions to come in if they've gotten. Rebecca's asked one here. So what's your next adventure, Harry? What do you plan to do differently next time?
Next time, I plan to catch fish.
So I think in general, Harry leaves the decision-making up to me and just goes with the flow. But next year we're going to do a little bit more bait fishing. I believe that
it seems that everyone got fished by bait fishing. The
fish caught on day 2 and 3 seem to be more about the bait. The lures caught them on day 1. There's always the exception to the rule. My brother got absolutely monstered on a big cod on bait on day 2. Once he learns how to tie knots, he might be able to keep those on. So, he's going back to knots tying school, I believe Brian has told him. So, yes, mate, I'm going to get this video up from Bill. It goes for about 3 minutes on football jigs. And then I'll get onto yours in a minute. So I'll get this video up and then I can get Harry set up on the wheel. Give me a couple of minutes. So it won't take long. I'll just bring this up.
Hey guys, I just thought I'd run you through my jig setup. So I run Bassman jigs. So as far as it goes with the jigs, I like to run the half ounces in the rivers where we get a bit more flow, or the 3/8 in the low flow areas. So maybe some dams in some shallower water, but a lot of the time the half ounce is really good because with the jigs you want to stay hard on the bottom when you're fishing them. As far as gear goes, we'll get into that quickly first. This here is a Team Daiwa Zero. It's a 7'2" medium rod, 3 to 8 kilos. So the reason I use one that's slightly heavier is you really want to get a really good solid hook set. You can really swing hard on a jig because you've got this weed guard. I'll show you here. This weed guard just here on the front of the jig. You need to get past that to set the hook, because if you don't, you're going to drop a lot of fish. So you really need to put that hook set in hard. The next part is the reel. This one here is a 7.2 to 1 gear ratio reel. So this is a reel I'll run if I'm running stuff as well as jigs. So if I'm running spinner baits, even some other things like chatterbaits, because you can use that as a semi-high geared reel to get that line up quicker. But if I'm going out with the rod and I'm just fishing with jigs, I move up to the next gear ratio reel that I've got, which is an 8.2. So it really picks that line up quickly, because sometimes as soon as they hit the bottom or on the drop, these fish can take it on your slack line. The last thing you need is to be too far behind that you miss the hook set. So the Bassman jigs come in plenty of colours, a lot of natural type colours like these two here. So it's your brown and purple, yabby imitation with your green, your little bit of orange like the yabbies do have in the wild. But then you've got other colours, like you've got your black, which is a truce, and also with your purple. And then you've got one with the black and the blue. But the blue kind of works well because sometimes there's larvae around from the dragonflies, and the dragonflies themselves can be very blue. As far as it goes with fishing the jigs, hard on the bottom is what you want. If you don't have it hard on the bottom and you're constantly just giving it little ticks, little movements, that's the way to go. If you're not doing that and you're too far off the bottom, usually you won't get hits with the way that these guys run. So that's the rod and reel setup I use. They're the Bassman jigs. Great jigs, really, really good, really great action. I also like to run a trailer on mine. I usually run gulps in the 3-inch minnows in either a black, a camo or a watermelon, because it goes really well with the natural colours. Besides that, you can run any sort of crawl pattern, you can run a curly tail, you can run whatever you want. It comes down to what you got confidence in, and right now what I've got confidence is the little 3-inch grubs that they have through 3-inch minnow grubs that they have with Berkeley. So that's what I would recommend with what I'm using and what I have confidence in. That's the gear. Guys, if you're looking for any of these jigs, there's all different colours that come out all the time. These are the ones I've got now. Head down to Ballina Bait and Tackle, Brett will sort you out there, or head online and have a look at what Bassman has as well. There's a lot of guys out there using it and they're really, really great quality.
Well, Nilly, I remember to unmute myself. So, yes, look, very good tips there from Bill, our brand ambassador for Allo Craft, and recently went up and seen all the Bassman stuff made. So if you want to jump over to Bill Latimer Fishing Experience, you can have a look at what he did up with Bassman and Glenn and Sue Casey. Harry's ducked out. He's out getting the wheel ready. So I do need to go on to Bo has actually asked here, which is a relevant one. Have we got any more videos for the casting comp? No, we don't. We have had one entry. It's been a little bit on the disappointing side, I suppose, that we haven't got a lot of entries, but I'm believing that a lot of people will go out over Easter. So if you are interested in entering, you have to go on to Duff Rod's Facebook page and like their page. You have to have liked Corey's Damn Fishing page, of course, and send me a video of you casting. It doesn't have to be anything special at the moment. If it's just you casting, it'll go into the drawer. It is a $500 custom-built fishing rod. It can be for cod, yellows, bass. It doesn't really matter. So in the casting comp, it is on my page. I will reshare it again after the show, so you can all see what you have to do to win it. And Elon, I will put it on my page after the show. Now, Harry's Wheel, of course, this is what's made the young fella famous, and we do give away a lot of prizes. We've got some great supporters of the show that give me gear each week, and luckily enough, we haven't had anyone double up on the wheel. I must have made it reasonably level when I put the wheel together. I know Jamie wants me to take the wheel to Nagambie next year. He reckons it's great. But Harry will spin the wheel in a minute and we'll go through some of those. So get that entry in, Elon, for sure. So I'm going to see if I can bring Harry up. And but before I do, I should pick somebody. So who's put in a question that I thought was a good one? So let me go through and find who I'm going to. There's plenty of good questions this week. All right. I think this week's wheel spinner is going to be Jake Hardy, who asked about the Nagambie where you camp. So, Jake, there you go. That's your profile picture. You have 2 minutes to comment in the bottom of the comments that you're on and watching and ask Harry to spin the wheel. Otherwise, we will go to another question. So let's just give him a second. I hope you've all enjoyed Harry's interview tonight. Yep, Jake's on spin the wheel. So, yes, GoFish Nagambie, get on the website, get in early for next year. We will not be running a show Easter Monday, so we will back the week after Easter Monday. I thought I'd give that announcement on that one. But we need to cross over to Harry. Harry's ready to join us in the background there somewhere. Let's just see. I've got no camera, Harry. There we go. I'm just bringing you on the screen now, and I will solo you. All right, Harry. Jake is on. He's waiting for you. Where are you?
You're a bit glitchy.
Are you in front of the... Yep, that's all right. So what you need to do is spin the wheel for us. We might have to do this
You're lagging very, very, very
Okay,
much.
Harry.
Yeah?
You can hear me without listening to that. You need to spin the wheel for Jake, mate.
Okie dokie. I think I should give it a spin. And we got RTB Lures.
RTB Lures.
And for RTB Lures, you get the RTB Lures. Timber crafted.
There we go. Excellent. So they're actually back in production from Ray Broughton, who has been a cod and lure maker for many, many years. He donated a heap of lures to the show to give away. So there's a set of RTB lures going your way, Jake. They are custom and handmade from one of the fishing legends of the show. So, yeah, really looking forward to that. Thanks, Harry. We will talk to you later on.
Okie dokie. Bye. Love you.
Love you too. All right, we're back. So that's Harry's wheel done for the day. Yeah, RTB lures. We've got a heap of them here. They are timber crafted, handcrafted lures donated by Ray himself to the show. So really happy about that. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. As I said, we won't be running a show Easter Monday, but we'll be back the week after. I'm just reading through if there's any last questions that have come through. Elon, yeah, good luck at Bunduma, mate. Apparently it's been fishing well. Get your casting videos in. I will finish off with Kev, one of our ambassadors. He did a video up. So I'm going to finish off with that, let it play out, and that'll be the end of the show. So I shall talk to you all in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you all for jumping on. Here is Kev's attempt at an entry into the Duff Rods competition.
Kev, can you grab the mail?
No worries, babe. something in there. Oh. Tighten the drag. Oh. Bait junkie pinned straight in the corner. What do we got here? The old water bill. Might release that one. Off you go, mate. Hey guys, get your entries in for the Corey's Dam Fishing Duff Rods Trick Shot Challenge for your chance to win one of these custom duff rod rods. Simply follow the details below and be watching Chewin the Fat with the cap on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. I'll be running this competition over the next 8 weeks. Can't wait to see your entries. Till then, see you soon.
There we go. That's how easy it is. Just get one in to go in the draw. I know you've all got time over Easter. We'll be working our asses off, but get your entries into the Duff Rods competition. I'd love to see some entries by the end of Easter. And Wade has commented on how he caught the fish. I would love to say he got it on a top deck, but they cast a lot. But the mag draft freestyle in a dark green color, but I got a black texture out and colored in the top. There you go. Well done, Wade. That black texture won you a heap of cash. So that's a really cool job. Well done. So listen, yeah, casting competition, get it done. Thank you all for watching tonight. It was a family affair, and really appreciate everyone's support. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you all for watching, and I'm going to say peace out. Out for now.